Nuke. That is the turf, that is the territory where they will have to defend their honor. This was Heroic's pick. Falling flat on Inferno has put them into dire straits. Reverse sweeps in best of fives. Very, very uncommon. And for the French team to be in 2 back-to-back ESL 1 Cologne Grand Finals and to have it taken from them, first by the North American Horse, and now the Great Danes. It's Heroic up against Vitality. We head on into the pistol. Pansy and Sponge alongside me. Plenty of utility, and already nades flying out. No one home for that. Just going to blow off the door. It might be the vent dive, or at least trying to look like it. No, top sight. ZywOo, bit of trigger discipline here. Look how ratty they are. They're just wiggling around. Already early bloodshed favoring the T's.
They've come out and they mean business, but there's a playback coming through. Don't write them off just yet. There's a reason they're some of the best in the world. But Tessus keeping off. Now 1v1.
Wow.
Shox shows class in the end with the 3 kills.
Vitality, they really need to step up here. They really need to get this going. Nuke is one of the maps that we've looked at Heroic, and we've seen some phenomenal things, just the way they exploit CT-sided rotations. They're in absolutely no rush. They made our observer Rushley yesterday wish to never observe another Nuke game like that again. It was chaotic, topsy-turvy Counter-Strike, fights all over the map, and a big start, a necessary start for Vitality with the pistol round. But the Force Spy's back out, it's down on the AK, gonna crack open Squeaky, see if he can find an opening. Molotov will hold him at bay.
The last time you've seen someone like Cadian at ESL 1 Cologne, think of, you know, a little while ago, maybe 2015 or so, and he was joined with the teammates of Moses, Henry G, and Fiflaren on the analyst desk. So it's been a minute for this man. But what a time to come back. The grand finals. Best of 5, 2-0 up to the good. But now, Vitality have to do this here. This is something that there's no question marks about, no second chances. It's now or never. And it could open a big gateway, and we'll talk about it if it comes to it. But let's see what the T's do with this one.
You see no rush for this one. And first test, trying to pull out that utility from the CTs. There is minimal, in fact none really, remaining for anybody other than ZywOo. Shox hears the steps and reacts with a more passive stance. But they may not be descending. Apex is considering it.
The silence is deafening. We're at 30 seconds basically here. And look what the T's are. They've come back around. Stoun's just found RPK. Uh-oh, the CT's feeling a little uncomfortable here. Masuta tossed towards the bomb site itself. Really nice control from the young gun. ZywOo by his side. Here we go, Vitality.
All right, so ZywOo is going to be one of the keys here on the defense. Now, I was talking about the fact that Heroic like to string them out on all the different maps that we've seen of them. Mirage, getting mid-control, going back towards A ramp, posturing over towards B, coming back towards B for a double pump. Nuke is no exception. Here's the opening from Stout, picking up where he left off on the tail end of Inferno. But the reason I mentioned ZywOo's name is he's in flux, right? You're going to see him down in secret like we just did with that UMP. He's going to be there with that AWP, going to be there with rifles. If he can stifle, Nico is going to be the individual he has to deal with on the other side of things in a lot of these rounds. So look for that duel, see how that one plays on out. Apex as well, as we get into the gun rounds, he likes to pick up an AUG, play in the back of Warehouse, can be very potent with that there. Shox over towards ramp. Will be another of these players rotating to the lower side because Heroic, they take territory like nobody else at the moment on Nuke.
Yeah, I've thoroughly enjoyed watching and you'll get to enjoy it here. Their approach to the map, and woof, even in this eco, a deco for Stown, working wonderfully for him. Masuta might walk straight into his crosshair. Crouch is under. Jiggle's not going to connect. Masuta should be set for a couple here. Maybe Masuta wasn't expecting Borup, so he does go down, forces the rebuy on 2. But that's nothing more than a light scab. No worries for Vitality, plenty of cash to splash. Heroic with the first buy.
Let's see if Heroic go with the same game plan. Nade open Squeaky, drop the Molotov, drop the smoke in front of the door so it can shroud the vent. We've been speaking about it all week long. They like to throw the late wall smokes. Nico can lurk around, he can go down to secret, he can play behind main. They also keep ramp busy at the same time. Molotov towards top of hut. All the go gear. Doesn't look like it will be the top play early. It's just Down doing the standard. There's the nade, there's the molly. Smoke to follow. Shox.
Flashes, they're so good from Apex. The spray on the second, a little bit here and there, but it made it count, so it doesn't matter. Zywoo going to be tasked with dealing with Stown if he keeps going, and he was a nightmare to handle on Inferno. Speaking of nightmares, this upper bomb site's looking like the plague's coming through. They're ravaging it. Stown catching towards it, does lose life. 4 up, can't make much more out of it. Vitality maintained stable. 3 players remain.
This couldn't be a better early signs from Vitality that your 2 highest rated players in the tournament are off to a flying start. Shock's gone 7-0. I mean, he's on the reverse bond right now. I don't know what you call that. A Don. 4-1 for Zywoo as well.
Can we talk about where this map typically leans? Because we've seen Heroic on it a great deal. I don't know Vitality.
Vitality are good at this. They are good at this map. Yeah, it's a map that they can be, obviously, it will look very, very different when they get over to their T side, but it is a good map for them. It's one where they take space very quickly and in a completely different fashion to the way that we see Heroic go about things. This is going to be Nico now going up against Zywoo. Gap in the smoke.
Patched out by Cadian and his smoke. 3 for the cross, but they don't want to go outside. They want to go inner. Double from Nico. That's colossal. And now to overcome it is only Apex and Shox. He's come up the vent, and he's met by Stown. Okay, Heroic. A lovely pivot. Outside smoke's giving them the early fights they want. And Shox concedes his first death as Heroic find their first round.
So now we're feeling the ramifications of losing a couple of those guns to the pistols in the earlier. 2 players on the side of things for Vitality didn't have enough money to buy themselves. Will they get dropped guns? Will they go for lower weaponry? You can always get yourself in there with a bit of a MAC-10. Sorry, MP9, not MAC-10. We're on the wrong side of things here. Pistols, very potent. We've seen some 5-7 action when we go back to last week with Ethan. You guys can remember that far?
No.
No? Yeah, me either. Memory of a goldfish most of the time. But timeout for Team Vitality in the early stages. Just want to discuss that buy. There's the AUG in Apex that I was mentioning. He does really like to bring that one out. So with the AWP, so this is what they're looking for. Guns have been dropped across. Misuta has an M4 as well. RPK only onto the Deagle. So a serviceable buy. They've made it all work.
And you do have to take a little bit of that wind out of Heroic Sail, because they will be on such a high point after that last map. They've got to be feeling themselves here. So got to start pretty swiftly for Vitality, of course. Kind of quell that before it gets too much of a threat for them.
Zywoo's drawn blood. 98% of the time, Vitality convert off of a Zywoo open up.
And that's onto Stown. That's the danger man who plays with the rotations right there. So they know he hasn't slipped down the vent. They know that he can't be a late lurk out that squeaky door. And instead, it's just going to be Heroic using... Well, they're not going to throw the smokes. They're not going to telegraph. Are they just going to fight off of this? Or are they going to underarm a couple here?
See 2 smokes in hand. Cadian and Borup putting theirs down. Zywoo... What?! Flashed through smoke, still gets Tessus. Okay, fair enough. What the hell do we know about Counter-Strike compared to that man? Nico, Cadian, and Borup just trying to work their way forward. Shox is now there. Charges in like a bull in a china shop. This could be deadly. They're feeding into this. And we're in a 2v2 suddenly.
Yeah, I think Cadian's just managed to get himself out of dodge. That's aggressive from RPK and Borup. He gets himself a fresh mag, the jiggle. Phenomenal. All onto Zywoo. That's 98%. Oh. He can control his own fate here. The nade looking positive, but he's hunted down, and Cadian, he denies it. Great work for Heroic's second, but getting so sketchy. They just kept throwing their bodies at it repeatedly. Borup's frag onto RPK, colossal, put it into a 1v2. This was a Zywoo frag, flashed as well, Lauren, you're bang on. Look, it is elevating just enough. He gets half a second of Tessus, and the muscle memory does the rest.
It's a good sign that Heroic were able to deal with that aggression. Finally, we're seeing Vitality throw in some of that chaos on the CT side where they just put bodies on the line and hopefully they trade in their favor. Well, this time around, Heroic said no to that. I think Borup had like 2 bullets left when he made that kill on the lower side there and had an opportunity to reload. So a very clutch frag right there, and it's just put Team Vitality down to the pistols. But Cadian's already here. He's going to get 3 of them.
Oh, no, and his nade's in his hands. Oh, wow. Okay, MAC-10 delivered. Little uncomfortable way to be going down like that and straight wallbanged. Borup just humiliates Apex into round 7.
Can't do much about it, can you? And RPK peering through the vents like a horror movie here, just flies up, gets put right back down. Now, Shox and Misuta kind of locked out by utility in the rifles. Trying to be a little cheeky, trying to get something out of this. As Heroic do start to build their empire into this map. As we saw previous in Inferno, it worked incredibly well. You gotta be careful. Don't want to lose these rifles here.
Yeah, I think best case scenario. Suter maybe lands a dink before he goes down. Shocks up heaven, maybe catching 1, keeping them held too close to that bomb explosion. It's pretty much the best they're going to get out of this. Stown, however, does look set for this collection. That's his third of the round. Good to see him continuing to add numbers to his tally and his total. Nico's got a good idea. And we'll finish it off. So absolutely nothing to complain about for Heroic into round 7. We head into the 8th with a 4-3 scoreline. So Vitality's initial 4 have been matched in kind.
Remember what G2 did against Heroic? They were taking space. They were pushing ramp. We had Jax, going outside, getting in their face, going for some fights. So Vitality might want to greet it in a similar way. One of their early gun rounds came from Shox being out there near the T-Red crate and finding a multi-kill.
Well, he did the tweet. He said P90 rush.
He's not. Orup's got it, I guess. Here we go. Let's see what he can do with it. Oh god, if you die to that, you're going to be mad as hell. Shox is on the other side. He's blind! He's dead! I can't believe it. He's only gone and done it.
He's already still going lower. Okay, thank God the keeper was there.
It's a good save.
They already have ramp control and 1:25 left on the clock. Look at all of this. Look at the space. Look how much room.
Hell, ramp. Do they have anyone
He's
in
going
lobby?
straight up.
Loud as well. Masuta's got to be concerned about that now. And I think if they can park KD in here with that sound cue and go back for a topside take through hut, you can see Masuta will be vulnerable. Yes, a push for lobby. Certainly viable.
This could be great for Apex. They need this so badly to work out well, and it's not. Suddenly, it's all looking worse for Ware, and Cadian's position still commanding the attention of 2 of the players.
Yeah, they have to. They know there's something. A miss, and that's a great one from RPK. Needed more. Heroic have a huge advantage again. ZywOo outside, scratching his head. Cadian spotted and not dead. Misses. Needs to descend. Might have another chance of this one. Just the tip of Cadian's head. He has spotted him. Eyes of a hawk. ZywOo, 2 kills in the round. Looks like it might be Heroic's equalizer, though.
Nico's coming from lower here. He might get in with the timing if he pulls out his gun. Oh, taking the AWP away. That's what he wanted to hold on to. And now look at the money situation for Vitality. It's in the bin already. It's going to have to be a partial buy here. Just some pistols, maybe some SMGs. They can't fully invest. And this is how it kicked on off. The P90, that felt like a lifetime ago that Borup found this. Didn't even feel like this round.
Yeah, for those that missed it, Cadian did a tweet. 2,000 likes and a P90 rush will happen in the grand final of Cologne. Well, you got it.
He did get like a casual 4K lights. I think
Yeah.
we're pretty overdue. Maybe another one.
Look, I asked him for just 5 entertaining maps or competitive maps. Well,
He's over-exceeded expectations so far.
no, he's not delivering.
Well, that's not on him. He's delivering. We're looking the other side, Chad.
All
Got
right.
full lobby, calling it clear. Probably audible to Stown. Yeah, he's hearing all of that. It's just smoke and mirrors. They want to disappear down towards the ramp. Very mobile CT side. And they're making no secret of some of their positions. Tessus right to be concerned. Apex in that warehouse. It's a prime angle because they have to focus on the close corners in mini.
So they open and close the door lower. Is Tessus hearing this? You might have an idea that there are players in the lower site. And now, Heroic go back towards lobby to comb on through. They heard all the earlier footsteps. Oh, Tessus, he's been seen.
Oh, wow. Great shots. It's a hard weapon to recover, though. Won't necessarily have huge ramifications. The spray from Nico does pop off ZywOo. And a topside walkout. Apex, only one to contest. RPK has managed to get himself tucked in as well.
Pacing of this makes me a
the
little
time.
nervous. 40 seconds, gotta go now. Yeah, that's not bad. We do have somewhat clean, but RPK's still there. They're finding it hard to put his utility into play. Stown doing the best he can to keep both hands firmly on this round as Nico to close.
It feels like they're doing so much, but there's so much time left on the clock.
Right.
And I thought I'd be saying time at that point, but there's still a reasonable 20, 30 seconds for that 1v1 to play out, had it gone down to it. Borup gets the MVP of round 9. Nice double kill from him. You could see him just swinging in. He knew the attention would be drawn towards the hut presence and catching 2 Vitality members sleeping. Still, this is CT side Nuke. This is Heroic's pick, and it's Heroic's chance to make this one of the faster grand finals.
And this is Heroic with 5 in a row. Oh,
God almighty, Stown, are you kidding me? This is the grand finals! ESL on Cologne Online, etc. You're playing against the likes of Shox, RPK, ZywOo. These guys are titans. And now, they're looking mere mortal. 3 now stand, and it's going to be ZywOo to try and make a difference, but look at all of them. They're trying to stack up here. They've seen that bomb down. They've seen the util. They know there's something going on, but it's all the T's coming online. Masuta can't make it count, and Heroic continue on this tear they're on.
Oh dear.
It is 6 in a row. Yeah, just wanted to confirm it.
This is running away from Vitality now.
Starting to see 10K. This was the opening kill as well. Shots walking through that smoke. And some of the shots these guys are getting. It's just cleaner. A joyful Hunden. And then immediately resets back into the next round. A furrowed brow. This is serious business. Very exclusive club, the champions of ESL 1 Cologne through the years. 2014 our first as we filled the floor of Gamescom. RPK and Zywoo's bodies now fill the floor of Cedar Creek. Set for 7 here. Very quick to turn the trigger. Cadian's got Apex. Shock's really locked out. Stound's above him already. Floating around the lobby.
This is a mauling right now.
Yeah, this is a one-sided affair. Oh, he flashed him. Revealed his location. 9 bullets left. And that's that.
That's a 1-on-4, and they're still flashing into main to clear it. I want to really push that point home for everybody. They are not giving anything up here. In a 1-on-4 situation, they are still flashing for one another. They are not taking any risks right now, Heroic. If you're going to paint one thing to their name, they're diligent. This team, we know they do the prep. We know Hunden's going to be a bit of a mastermind in that regard, but still, they're not letting this get ahead of themselves. 7 rounds, if they stay like this, if they continue this composure, they could run away with a half. They could have an 11-4 T-side here. Right now, you've got Apex down there on 3 kills. I talk about when he's feeling the game, when that in-game leader is making the right calls, the right reads, that it can amplify the way the rest of the team plays. Well, right now, 3 kills to the name, that's not enough, and the Aug's going to come out again. So we need a change here from Vitality. They've tried aggression on these low-buy rounds. Shock's tried aggression over towards ramp before he got sat down real quick by Stound. 11 kills for Stound as well. He was a beast over there on Inferno. And back we go. Vitality, you need to get on the board, and you need to do it now.
Double orbs coming out, Alex. This looks like they are doing the we need it and we need it now. How bad do you want it, Vitality? Because here come the T side. Here comes Heroic.
Oh, what? Zywoo missed. He still gets 1. But are they ready for Apex? Org, fully loaded. Backs are turned. This looks promising.
I've heard him.
Org got the sound cue and just beheads him. He doesn't even get to put his finger on the trigger. Masuta could have the element of surprise here, but rare to see Heroic caught off. Borup's ready. And so's Masuta. Does find the necessary frag. Now a 3v2. Bombs in the hands of Nico, and it does look like their intentions are to plant now. Shave some time off the clock. Change the dynamic. The CTs have to come to them now.
Okay, Tessus. Oh, Nico's got himself a little up there. That's not bad. His HP now being so low isn't such a problem, especially with shots like that. And now the 2v2. Shocks and RPK, the classics, the true veterans, now feeling the pressure a little here. Tessus still posted up on the site, playing calm, playing collected.
Interesting that Shocks has kept the AWP. I think it's because he wants to try and win the duel on Nico, but he's not giving it to him. A much tighter line held.
Okay.
You're right, Chad. They're running out of time. In about 5 seconds, this round is over. Jiggle from RPK, and that's enough. They have to pull out. They have to pull the plug. The somber tone to the Vitality's first half here. 4 rounds, and that was the first 4 of play. And it's 8 in a row from Heroic. Already 2-0 up in the series. Every time they've been doubted so far, they have risen to the occasion. And it seems this third map, another example of it. Zywoo, an uncharacteristic miss. In a round, he had a chance to do a lot of influence. Or have a lot of influence, rather. That was the warning shot, and that was enough for them to get the hell out of Dodge.
Before the grand final, Vitality had only lost 2 maps in this entire tournament. They were to Danes. That was to Astralis. Now they've lost another 2, almost 3, and it's to the Danes once again. The frustration now, if it's not mounting on the Vitality side, I don't know what is. The buy comes through, the Org once more, the AWP for Zywoo. They have what they need, but they can't find the kills. They can't find the impact.
Heroic are breaking them.
Again!
With this sort of play, what are they meant to do? Masuta's now dead in the water. There's nothing he can achieve. Apex, it's all about timing and a little bit of luck, maybe info off of RPK. There's 1. Tessus for free, but Nico may not go down so easy.
Distracted and double peaked. Zywoo trying to change things on his own. He's been spotted and does frag out. A necessary 1 for their start.
Shox needs to think twice before he rears his head up here. He really needs to consider this. Oh!
He actually tagged him.
Tickle of damage to Stound, but at least they know his position.
And again, caught with nades in his hand. It's great timing from RPK. It's great fragging as well. We said it was necessary. Tank steps up. No time or health, really, for Stown. Time? I should correct myself. Plenty of that. Sound cue for Stown and a gap to work with. He could...
Big gap. Ooh. Ooh. Every round, doesn't it just feel like there's a chance?
Certainly. 5. Not enough for a CT side on Nuke. Certainly not when you're up against the ropes, when you're up against elimination in the series on this map. This is a great round from RPK. You can see, it's all about time. When they nade the door at the start of the round, as the top side player, it's just about getting that timing right. It's about reads, communication. He did. It was just as Heroic were looking to set up. Back into the fray. That full loss bonus still flowing. Still weapons and all the bells and whistles you require. Smoked off for now. Zywo unable to contest. He's actually descending the ladder early, and it could be the right choice. If they get access to ramp room, Shox controls the answer to that question.
He's probably scorned from that P90 run-in. He's probably had his fair share of poor luck here, but falls away well. Stown on the other side.
They're on him already.
Catches him. Look at this pace they're coming in with. Isolates Stown, able to get through and back towards ramp. Nicely done by Shox, but the T's do take territory.
Yeah, cool as a cucumber. He re-peeks as well. Oh, this is so nice. No, Nico wants to keep it competitive. Could be difficult, not if Cadian starts finding frags though, and he has. Masuta inquisitive towards the squeaky door, and he loses his life in the process.
They're not out of danger yet. Look, Vitality don't know where to position themselves right now. Cadian can take a lot of space in this yard position. If he can isolate Apex, who's having to worry about ladder base because ramp's being given up, there's a real shot here.
Catches him. Just sliding out of hell.
God.
Completely unaware. Zywo can fill this gap, though. There is a molly for the stairs, and Cadian will throw it. Not if he jiggles and gets caught. Okay, Zywo keeps his team with the advantage. Nico looking to pivot topside.
This could be a game-defining round for Nico if he finds the space. A molly, a flash, 20 seconds. RPK was the one towards him. And now Nico clearing sight, spots out RPK. It's game on, 10 seconds now. Molly goes in, sees Zywo. He's up for the fight! And Zywo!
1 HP. Gets away with murder. My goodness, puts the 6th on the board. It doesn't matter how close it was. 1 HP is all it takes to keep his heart beating, and Vitality's perhaps too, a sign of life for the appropriately named team.
That was a 3v5 though, let's remember. They've clawed that back and almost made it work. Heroic are never down and out on this T side of Nuke. They are so potent. Catch that.
So the maths, he takes off, he loses 1 point of health from that molly hitting him as well. The ticks weren't quite there, wow. Game of inches and millimeters, and that's the opener. Stown slaps Apex back to spawn.
Just locked and loaded from the very start. Stown playing just off the back of spawn, running in, takes the shot, switches it out, job done, no worries. Cadian, pick it up, have fun. I've done my work for you already.
Here's a nice little lineup if you're looking to do the close smoke for the wall of smokes. Nico's got a safe one you can throw there.
Zywo's already waiting though, so if Nico just trickles out like he normally will, Zywo should get a freebie. If he doesn't go at all, that's information. So key jewel right here. Zywo will be Molotov'd out of position, can actually tuck on in, still maintaining ground.
He'll be able to call it clear, right? That's going to be powerful information for the 4 remaining CTs.
Shox needs to get into the top side though. This is very isolated. Masuta's looking towards yard. He has to be careful of them coming through main. RPK is the only one really looking at the top side right now, and Shox is so far away with this rotation.
Right, these first frags are going to have so much impact. Masuta fluffs his lines. The double kill from Tessa's quite the opposite, and a wild shot's not going to get him anywhere. If anything, it's the tracer fire Nico wants to work with, and that's what Zywo does straight back. Shox has the element of surprise into Cadian. They've got a real shot here. Shox has got a double. Tessa's continuing to impress. It's Zywo, can't clutch, and a 9-6 half. My goodness, Heroic. They're 7 rounds away from winning ESL 1 Cologne.
Life is fun when you're a liar. I'm just trying to learn from all the things that I've been told. I'm gonna paint a new reality. It doesn't take a lot to turn a person into gold. Yeah, I've been getting good at alchemy. And you can stay inside in the dark, but without it you never let go. And when you're done with hiding and you wanna have control, you and I can find a perfect fantasy. Stepped out looking like a small fire, half glass that filled with desire. Head down, but no, I can't deny it. Life is fun when you're a liar.
When we left you, I reminded you they are 7 rounds away. Heroic up against Team Vitality, and this is the French squad that have caused an uproar on the run through the playoffs. Many great teams have fallen by the wayside in pursuit of the very same goal that just these two now are dedicated to this evening. Myself, Pansy, and Sponge, alongside with all of you watching at home, start to prepare for the potential of this being a 3-0 grand final. To change my mind is going to be Vitality. Cadian has gone for the ballsy non-investment into this CT pistol. Borup's burning, a full topside take. Nothing he can do about that. Nico, no armor. He's got util. What were their intentions? How does this shape up? How does this start? The flip, the scripts, down on the hunt. He hears steps, RPK. He needs a clean one and Stout. Oh my goodness, that is astounding. Looking for 10. Into the site, he's been so precise, distracting enough. It's onto Masuta, nothing. And here we go, Heroic. 6 rounds from lifting the trophy.
They're creating their own reality, and who can stop them? This is incredible from these boys. Half of these players coming into this, you would have never given them a way out of maybe playoffs, groups. You could have questioned them there. But they have been performing beyond all of our expectations. They have truly risen to the occasion and then beyond. But it's not over yet. You can see that round is the gateway, though. This is the stepping stone.
Coming into this team, and the way that we addressed them on the desk was that Stown was the superstar of the roster, but he didn't need to be. He's come alive in the grand final here. Inferno, he was clinical towards the tail end. Nuke, he has been destroying as far as opening jewels are concerned. This youngster was on the Fragsters roster not that many years ago.
Fast pace.
Very fast. Zywoo into the site and already lost his life, and it does seem to be going back and forth. As the dust settles, Stown still alive and chased down. Look at this. Apex just holding W. Tessus with his knife out.
But it's only Apex. After all of this, he's the only one standing. Apex gets himself an AWP. Stown's on 12 HP and Nico in the back lines. Locked and loaded, looking exactly at this. And Apex, you have to dig deep, and it's not going to happen. Stown's on for it. He's got 4 kills. He is making so many plays for this side. 20 kills now. I don't know what to say anymore. Heroic have won hearts and minds, I think, everywhere watching these boys play.
Well, I can tell you 5 individuals who really aren't cherishing the Heroic storyline, and that's going to be Team Vitality needing to find a way back in. It won't be in this round. It's just going to be Deagles. Certainly got the individuals. If ever there was a team that could take control and take over with only the Desert Eagle, it would be them. Caden's whipping out the AWP round 3, and it enables him to pluck off the head of Zywoo. Another, this time from Nico. And they are just getting massacred on the cross. There's no one left. Borup pockets a cheeky 900 from the Alligator frag. 12. Before this game gets serious. Okay, weapon time. Vitality, this has to be a very well executed round.
This could be quick, couldn't it? I was expecting a long day at the office here. I was really settling in for a 5-map affair. Spoke to Katie earlier in the day, asked for my legitimate opinion on what was going to happen. I said, I think it's 5 maps, it's going to be close. And if they let you tilt, if they make you tilt, it's all over. But they are surprising me right now. This is some phenomenal CS, the consistency of this squad.
So it all comes down to Vitality now, right? We've had the bar set by Heroic. Vitality, where's your answer? Where's your response? Where's that team that everyone was telling me to look towards? Where's ZywOo to pop off, be the game changer, be that instigator?
Just a tidbit, but love what Borup was, bloody hell, Borup was doing there.
Apart from that,
yeah, please never do that again, Borup. But that he was crouching on that top silo and he basically deterred the 2 players considering early hub presence just by that shrapnel being laid into Apex at rather long range for a shotgun. So outside smokes being thrown out, Masuta and Apex responsible for those, and just as the molly fades, it's perfect. Shox will throw one of his own towards the secret stairs to ensure safe passage. Bomb's not there though. What does that mean? They're boosting in the smoke. Oh, Cadian's not ready for this at all. Dunked on, and we're off to the races. Vitality to convert.
I remember getting flashbacks to that Kenny and Cadian fight almost on the other side of things, and he got a little outclassed by it, but that time, I mean, ZywOo just had his number. But now we got to say, keep eyes on that bomb. Where was it? It wasn't with that pack. It's kind of over here, towards Hut, towards Borup. So wait and see what he can do, because this T-side is poised to crunch up here.
Yeah, House Down found ZywOo into the site. Was perfect for the shotgun, but RPK way too quick. Masuta's found another as well. Down can't do anything when RPK's hitting his shots. It's a double to enable the 7th for Vitality. We said it had to be perfect, and it looks pretty damn close. 4 players still alive. AWP to be retrieved. Nico thought better of it. Interesting. He wanted to get some fracking done instead, but a turn of his back, and RPK gets himself his 3rd of that round. Vitality coming into this one, that is their first T round. And it's going to have to be much more if we want to be seeing maps 4 and 5. Overpass was Vitality's pick, and they may not even get a chance to see it. Not unless RPK keeps hitting us with more of these. Great control. Just making sure Nico gets nothing to save. Okay, so 12-7. Love the boost over the smoke. Don't get to see that one all too often.
It's quite nice, isn't it? What do we have on each side? Tessa's a little lower than the others, but let's see what the T's can do on this one. It's all down to them. They have to set the tempo, the pace. They're the ones with the deficit, of course. A lot of pressure now starting to mount towards them. ZywOo patrolling the outside area, as is the man by his side, Shox. It's actually ZywOo to find Nico. Quite surprised at that. I thought it would be Shox, but he just pounces. Nice work between the T's. But Tessus, what is that, Tessus? The man's insane. He just walked up from ramp, and suddenly, he just switches this entire round on its head.
God, their comms must be just full of joy, celebration, and disbelief. Tessus, he can't believe it. He's just playing his favorite video game, and he's hitting these kind of shots in a grand final. As the wind whistles on Nuke. Shox helpless. 6 HP in a dream, descending to that lower site. And not a single heroic member currently in a position to contest that, so he will at least be able to provide an extra 800. But this would be putting Heroic on 13. That's touching distance of a ESL 1 Cologne title. Team Liquid lifting the trophy from 2019, beating Team Vitality. 2 grand finals, back-to-back years for the French, and yet the cabinet gathering dust. It reaches its conclusion.
That's 13 now.
This is simmering away, isn't it?
I mean, it is for Vitality, right? I mean, Heroic just won that off the back of 3-1 deeks.
Well,
I don't know about simmering.
Yeah, okay.
When it comes to this.
It's boiling for Heroic right now, but the series itself, the grand final that we have here today that we woke up for, I guess that's added some spice to the mix, as we're really running out of chances and options here. I was going to start building the storyline. If Vitality could bring this back, we go to Overpass next. There's a chance for Vitality. We saw what they did yesterday against the Ninjas in Pajamas. They were looking good. They're winning the final round of the game with just 2 rifles on their stars. They have to take the time out here. Vertigo, if we went the distance, if we went the full 5, Vitality undefeated last 3 months. A map that we've seen Heroic struggle on here on the mainstream, but no, it's not to be. Heroic, 13 rounds now. 3 more, that's all they need. And the timeout from Vitality, that's going to tell a story. That's going to paint a picture. They can buy back in. The rifles are out. A light spreader utility here. Molotovs, smokes, couple of flashes. Not a lot to work with. The headshots are going to be key. Sounds silly, but that's all they can hope for.
It's time for Vitality. It's all on the line now. No more second guessing, no more chances. It's do or die for these boys. 7-13, Heroic have given their hearts and souls to this. And we just need to see life from Vitality, because right now their eyes are looking like they're losing that shine. And there's Nico. Look at this. Could be so disruptive to all of this potentially.
Shock's got to be cognizant that it's possible, right? Very, very audible for Nico's very aggressive stance. They're throwing nades at them. Down dunks on Shocks. ZywOo distracted. They're not going to check him. A double in quick succession. This 14th round is almost already converted. We've still got 70 seconds left on the clock. Borup's off angle's positive, and they're not even going to be seeing him. This is clinical. RPK with a 1v3 to keep Vitality's dreams more realistic. A smoke to try and draw fire. Isolate the jewels. It's certainly not out of the realms of RPK's wheelhouse. He's going to find the chance onto Nico. That's info at least.
Those dreams you're talking about are soon becoming nightmares. The smoke's about to fade. He's getting closed in on, so every single step he takes could cost him now.
As a molly. Oh, the timing. He pulls out the bomb, and Tessus can't believe his luck. That's the 14th, folks. 2 away from a 3-0 in our European ESL 1 Cologne final. This was 1, 2. I'm going to do some counting. Hang on. 3, because he pulled out the bomb. 4. So 4 of those 5 kills, Vitality were either shot in the back or didn't have a weapon out. That's a nasty way to be losing the round. That is unpleasant. And quite the contrary, of course, for the Danish roster. RPK's got a little bit of a
Is he going?
glimmer in his eye here. No.
French fans, no stranger to heartbreak with these boys. You've seen the highs and lows, but I thought maybe, just maybe, this was the right scenario for them. These opponents could have been right, and this is the first start for them in a while. But look at the CC side are pushing. Cadian is going through Squeaky in the grand finals. He spots one. Does he predict Shocks, though? Shocks just off to the left. He has Stown with him, but now there's pressure coming in from the other side. They have to split the attention. He looks back. He's doing a bit of a dangerous dance here. Stown comes alive, comes online at the right time.
They're just exploiting the greed from Vitality. They know that by taking an AWP shot in Squeaky, like taking a frag, never mind that, Stown can just hold for the push, and that's amazing from Shocks. My God, an ace clutch? No, not in a grand final, not with 10 HP. No, no, no. Cadian and Borup just trying to button it up. Make sure this one doesn't get a little awkward. And Shocks, just through pure, unadulterated aim, has managed to make a situation that was supposed to be impossible possible. 30 seconds. Heaven likely to be the final port of call. He has ramp as well available to him in this direction. Time, sound cues, all a factor in this.
If he goes ramp, Borup's got him. He's not going to be able to clear the site.
He doesn't have time. He's going to have to just sit there like a vulnerable duck and plant.
Not even a smoke, not a molly, nothing to hold them at bay here. He's not even going to get the bomb down. Worst case for Shocks here is dying after the time, and that could even happen.
Oh my God, 10 seconds, yeah. Borup can't believe his luck. Wait for the sound cue, swing open the doors.
See ya, mate. 15-7 right now.
Oh my God, it's happening. It really is.
Wounded only joined this roster at the tail end of April.
What a turnaround. I mean, we saw them in the DreamHack Grand Final. It was starting to get on everybody's radar. But the teams that they have bested to get here, it's just a laundry list of world-class teams. A full 3-mapper versus G2. Complexity, the juggernaut that couldn't. Fnatic, the Swedes, who have legacy in the arena of the Lanxess themselves. And now one final trophy, one final opponent, one final hurdle, one final round. Heroic for the 3-0.
This round is adding the signature to the fairy tale that's just been written about Heroic. Shocks, though, still operating. We saw those kills last round. He's still looking fiery, still looking a little bit hot to handle, so you can't get ahead of yourself in Heroic. They won't be just yet. Apex trying to be the game changer. Moves in towards Stown, and now Shox. There he is. This is the potency, but bear in mind, Tessus and Borup are still standing. But this is nice from Vitality.
Is it too little too late, though? Oh, Tessus is still alive. Hero of the past of Nuke. If he can get more, that's big. Can he get a third?
Impossible. Oh, quick reactions.
He dinked him.
He did.
Where's Borup?
He's in a bit of an island here.
The money's not great on the heroic side if we're going to start looking at the bank accounts, but Borup has a chance. They're going up ladder. Okay, there we go. We can breathe a little bit. So can Vitality. But this is a mountain to climb. Getting back into this one, it just seems so unlikely. Fighting on the T side of Nuke from 15-7 down.
Yeah, good to see Apex in the feed. Double kill, good contributions. You can see that this Tessus dink, an initial frag. As you like. Nice final frag to confirm that Vitality will have another bite. But my goodness, quite the fight. 6 rounds in a row required.
So on bonuses,
Well, hold up.
Eco.
What are the odds? What are the chances? Surely they don't just go into a ramp stack.
Masters.
No, surely not.
The
Shox
Rat
is already
King in the
crossed. He's
corner.
going lower. Maybe that one means they want to go ramp?
I don't know. Let's...
Yeah,
It-
this
oh,
wins
I
ESL
couldn't.
one
No,
I
no,
couldn't. I couldn't.
If
No.
this... Oh, please.
It's yours. It's usps. Usps. Nothing to be concerned about here. Oh, that would be an intimidating one to turn the
I
corner.
don't know. I don't like that
Oh,
too much.
boy.
Oh, no.
Chad, I don't like what these zone knows. What's
Well,
happening?
Zywa was limping over there. I thought
He was
Masuta
having a
was getting a
look.
little bit excited too, but never mind. Okay, all right.
Thank you,
All right.
Apex.
In-game leader, leading from the front, walking Shox.
They just all up the ladder, this totem pole of blue.
He's seen a couple of heads.
He has. Should be able to piece it together. The USP's heading into the site. There is no kits, of course. There's no nothing. It's only USPs. And Apex, Masuta, starting to catch some bullets here. It's only 2 casualties. Tessus desperately trying to recover something. He's got none left. Triple kill for Apex, continuing to pad up those stats and start this journey in pursuit of what was 6 consecutive rounds. Now 5.
They can't slip up. They can't stumble. There's not even a chance for Vitality here if they make any foot faults. This is the worst place to find yourself. The T side of Nuke.
Yeah.
My brain just goes back to the previous versions where I'm used to 13-2 CT halves. And just the idea of having to climb this mountain on the T side. I know it's a new game. I know it's a new decade.
Look, we've seen the changes in the economy and how it works and how you can punish the CT side, but I'm with you. It does seem like a
Oh,
bit of a reach.
no.
Oh no, Alex, what's going on?
My goodness, Borup has just come alive. And he's third as well. His first ESL 1 Cologne, and Borup could have done enough to secure it right here and right now. 3 casualties, Vitality, comms falling silent. Zywoo, he has not got a part to play in this. Shox does though, and he's caught Cadian. Trying to stabilize, trying to catch their grip, but they're letting it slip.
This hole is so deep.
Oh my god. Bear in mind, Apex is in spawn still. He's just baffled, protecting that bomb like his little nest egg, and don't walk in there. Don't go into where all your teammates died.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's walking
no.
into the lion's den. And
Oh,
Borup
no.
for quad kill for grand final point for the trophy. This is the first Cologne for
dead.
Borup, Cadian, Tessus, and they're the last team standing. Unbelievable. Absolutely incomprehensible.